got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Hey guys, how's it going? Jared here with Indoor, Outdoor, and More. You know, the next couple days we're gonna have some freezing weather. It's supposed to get down to about 29 or 30, so they say. But I got a whole bunch of plumerias right here that I'm having a prep to get ready for the cold winter. The way I do it is, of course, I'll go through, I'll trim off pretty much all the leaves, and I'll stick them in a nice warm corner, dark corner, in a shop, in a closet, wherever you have room, depending on how many you have. And of course I have many of them scattered out all throughout the yard, and I got some in the greenhouses and stuff too. So anyway, for the most part, plumeria, they do not like freezing weather. They'll actually freeze and die. Of course, you'll start seeing damage on the ends of the little tips of the branches and stuff first. And ultimately, with a lot of prolonged weather, sometimes you'll actually see the trunk itself would freeze and it would split and it would kill the majority of it. If it got cold enough, it would actually even kill the roots in the pots also. So y'all come on in and I'm gonna show y'all the way that I do it. So what I do is I'll grab the leaves and I'll cut them, and I'll leave about an inch sticking out. And of course, as you know, with the plumerias, of course, sometimes they're commonly called a frangipani. They leak out this white milky sap. Want to be careful, don't get it on you. Sometimes it can be irritating, you know, so make sure you wash your hands and so forth. So I'm just gonna leave again about an inch on there. Okay, so what happens, here's some, I got so many I done started a few days back. So it starts leaving them and they start drying up, and as they dry up, they'll just eventually fall off by themselves. And that gives you a nice clean end, and they just eventually all fall off by themselves. So here's some I did already, but it's nothing fancy. You ain't got to be too particular. You just go in there and you start cutting off the leaves. Of course, you could pick them up, or you can leave them on the ground and your wife will come back after you and pick them up. You know, that's a bonus, you know, of having a nice, helpful bride. But so yeah, I'll get them all trimmed up, and of course I keep them in my shop in the corner. I have a tarp. I kind of build a little greenhouse, if you will, in my shop in the corner. And of course my shop is not heated, so what I do is I'll put a little heater inside this little makeshift greenhouse that I build, and I'll put like one of the little small bathroom heaters. I'll put that in there and I'll set it to about 40 degrees. Of course, it keeps them a little bit warm, but something else you want to do is you don't want to let a whole bunch of light in there, because on your warmer days, of course, it'll warm up to 70, 80 degrees sometimes in the shop. It's a metal building, and it kind of course, keeps the heat radiated inside, and they'll begin to start sprouting out. And you don't really want them to start sprouting out until it starts warming up in the spring. And you can take them back out when, of course, your morning's averaging about 60 degrees, and of course your daylight, it starts getting back to around 70, 75, and you start having longer daylight. You know, when you start getting around 11 and a half, 12 hours of daylight, that's when they really start doing good. So that's pretty much it, guys. We're just gonna continue cutting all these leaves off, and again, by doing this, it just makes it a little bit neater, because if you just take the leaf and just pull it off, this bad boy right here will leak sap out for days, it seems like sometimes. So when you just cut it off at the stem, it seems to not bleed out as much. And of course, it's been cool nights. You can see the yellow leaves, they starting to go dormant anyway. So you want to be on the safe side. You don't want to be caught off guard with cold temperatures and lose all your plumerias. And in fact, some of them are actually still blooming a little bit. I got several that are actually blooming now. I have those in my greenhouse, and I might leave them in the greenhouse and just let them go, you know, throughout the winter time. I have some heated greenhouses. So, but that's basically it, guys. Just a little bit of winter prep for you, plumerias, and I don't know, I might clean this up and I'll start my trimming my roses too. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Y'all give me a like, a share, subscribe, and y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all.